مشاهدينا الكرام، العلاقات المصرية الألمانية في تطور بشكل مستمر على مدار الآونة الأخيرة. اليوم عقد السفير الألماني في القاهرة السيد يوليوس جورج لوي مؤتمر الإعلان عن أهم النتائج التي تلت زيارة نائب المستشارة الألمانية هنا في مصر منذ نحو شهر. Okay, first of all, welcome to us on CBC.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure for me being with you here.
Let's talk firstly about the most important results for the visiting of Mr. Zegmar or Gabriel here to Egypt.
Well, I think the most important result of his visit was the visible expression of the interest of German economy in Egypt.
بالتأكيد سألته عن أهم النقاط الأساسية أو أهم النتائج التي تلت زيارة السيد زيجمر نائب المستشارة الألمانية لمصر. قال أن أهم نقطة تتركز في إيضاح أهمية أو رغبة رجال الأعمال أو مجتمع الأعمال الألماني في الاستثمار في مصر. Okay, let's talk about the economical side. If you're talking about how Germany will support Egypt in the economical side.
Well, for us, the economical side is an important aspect of stability, and considering the political importance Egypt has in this region, considering as well the interesting market Egypt is, the regional position of Egypt here in North Africa, Middle East.
What about the most important projects between Germany and Egypt?
Well, the most important projects, some of them you can look at them from different point of views. If you look at from economical side, from business side, for example, the investment by Siemens in Egypt here, energy plants which are being built and which are being built in time and in budget. I think this is one of the most important contracts which we can look at. But we look at it as well from the political side, and there we see that a stable economy is an important aspect for what Egypt wants to achieve here in the region and for its own in its own precincts. And I think this is for us stability of Egypt. Looking at the traditional relations we have, looking at Egypt as a close partner is very important. Beside or beyond, let's say, individual contracts.
بالتأكيد سألته عن بالنسبة للجانب الاقتصادي كيف تدعم ألمانيا مصر في الجانب الاقتصادي. تحدث أن مصر هامة للغاية بالنسبة لألمانيا على الجانب الإقليمي في المنطقة وبالنسبة لموقعها الجغرافي المتميز. أيضا سألته عن أهم المشروعات المشتركة بين ألمانيا ومصر. أجاب بأن مشروع ما بين شركة سيمنز الألمانية ومصر واحد من أهم العقود التي وقعت في الآونة الأخيرة. وعلى الجانب السياسي الاستقرار الاقتصادي هام للغاية وتدعم ألمانيا مصر في هذا الشأن. Okay, if we're talking about that, a lot of countries send delegations, security delegations to the airports in Sharm el-Sheikh, in Cairo, and a lot of airports in Egypt. What about Germany?
We as well, we had expert delegations who wanted to assure that the security after the crash of the Russian airliner, which had been brought to a crash, wanted to make sure that the security of their travel, of their tourists, is fully assured here, fully safe. And that's why we exchanged various expert delegations who came here to, let's say, to see the situation, to talk about, to think together with the Egyptian authorities how to improve the situation. And I think we are on a good way in this respect.
بالتأكيد سألته عن بالنسبة لأن عدد من الدول الأوروبية أرسلت عدد من الوفود الألمانية لمتابعة حال المطارات المصرية بالنسبة للحالة الأمنية. أجاب أن ألمانيا بدورها أيضا أرسلت وفد أمني للمشاورة مع الجانب المصري لأن من الهام للغاية الأمان بالنسبة للسائح الألماني في مصر وبالنسبة للمسافر الألماني هنا في مصر. وأعتقد أن الوضع جيد للغاية في الآونة الأخيرة. If you talk about Mr. Zegmar when he was here in Egypt, the last conference he said that the increasing violation in human rights, the increasing violence in human rights in Egypt is very concerning for the businessmen in Germany. How that affect in the business.
He underlined, which is an experience for many countries he visited, that there is a link between how human rights are being respected in a country and the will to invest in a country. Yeah. That there is a relation, because human rights situation tells a lot about the stability of a country, and as well is very important for the reputation of an investor abroad. And he wanted just to show that, let's say, the close connects between these two aspects. That's why he addressed human rights questions as well. It does have
and how do you see the situation now?
And a reference to what he was aiming at here.
And how he sees the situation now in Egypt?
Well, he expressed some of the, let's say, his major concerns, and he said how important it is to have, in a democracy, to have press freedom, to have a press which can report freely, to have a civil society which is vivid, which is discussing current issues, which is in discussion amongst each other, but as well with the government, and how important as well for stability it is to have the feedbacks from a civil society which is working and living on the ground and really giving important and valuable signals, information as well to politics.
كنت سألته عن أن السيد زيغمار نائب المستشار الألمانية كان له تصريح أو أوضح بأن من الهام للغاية أن التجاوزات في حقوق الإنسان في مصر لها علاقة وثيقة مع جانب الاستثمار الألماني في مصر. أوضح السيد ليو سفير الألماني بالقاهرة أنه بالفعل أوضح ذلك، وذكر أن هناك علاقة مشتركة بين زيادة الاستثمار الألماني وبين الاستقرار في مجال حقوق الإنسان ودعم منظمات المجتمع الألماني في مصر. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to make this interview. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
مشاهدينا الكرام، تابعتم معنا هذا اللقاء مع السفير الألماني بالقاهرة. شكرا لكم على حسن المتابعة.